So good afternoon. Just want to welcome everybody out here to this wonderful dedication and ribbon cutting this afternoon for our new all-inclusive playground here at Civic Center Park. This is a project that our Recreation Department has been looking forward to for years, and we have a lot of people to both acknowledge and to thank for making this a reality. First and foremost, I want to introduce our City Council members that are joining us here today. Behind me, we have the President of Council, Mr. Bruce Landick. Next to him, Councilwoman at Large, Jan Dowling. Councilman Ray Kirchner. Councilman Scott Marn. And Councilman Sean Blake. We're also joined here with us today, Lake County Board of Developmental Disabilities, Deepwood, Elfie Roman, their superintendent. Elfie, thank you for being here today. And I want to acknowledge some of our staff members that helped make this a reality. First and foremost, Ken Kaminsky, our Parks and Recreation Director. Big guy behind you there. And also Stephanie Johnson, who works in my office as our grants manager, and she helped put together a grant that funded this. Not with us today, but we're going to also acknowledge them, is representatives from the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. This project is about $150,000 in total, and we did receive a $90,000 grant to make this a reality through the Nature Works program. So Stephanie, great job of putting that together. And finally, I want to introduce Jamie Snyder of Snyder Recreation. He's standing right over there. And Snyder Recreation really is the leader, certainly in Ohio, and one of the leaders throughout the country in the all-inclusive playground industry. So putting together one of these things with a tight budget and maximizing what kind of opportunities we offer for our children is really takes quite a bit of talent. And so, Jamie, we appreciate the bid and the design that you put together for us. So I'm just going to make a couple of comments, and I'm going to turn this over to our council president. But really, what I just want to say is that this all-inclusive playground is really a great example of what is best about our community. And what I mean by that is that we like to think that Mentor finds ways to allow our residents to enjoy the same level of opportunity and experiences as all other fellow residents, whether that's economic opportunities through our job creation, through our education that we offer through our schools, as well as public safety, or in this case, recreation for persons with all abilities. So one of the things that I think is most noteworthy is the fact that our city council back in April was willing, in the middle of a pandemic, to approve funding for this, because recognizing just how important that is. And I believe that's true because this community and this council shares the ideals of our dear friends at Deepwood, which is to provide ways to empower, engage, and enrich the lives of all our residents. And that's really what we're trying to do in all of the services that we provide. So with that, I want to introduce you our President of Mentor City Council, Mr. Bruce Landick.
Hi, everybody. Again, Stephanie and Ken Kaminsky, thank you for a great job, and to the contractor, Mr. Schneider. This thing of beauty behind me, I recently gained a new appreciation for playground equipment. My 4.5-year-old was up to visit us, grandson, and I took him to Mentor Beach Park. The equipment wasn't as shiny and wasn't as accessible as what we see behind us today, but I was just amazed as he played and interacted with other kids and how many kids were there. My wife finally texted me after 2 hours, said, "Where are you?" And it was the interaction with the other children that really made the features wonderful to be around, and a number of kids that would come and go, and to watch your own flesh and blood grandson interact with them. At one point, he walks up to a girl and he says, "I'm 4.5," and she says, "I'm 6." And then they went back to playing. It was just really gave me a new appreciation for some of the observations, because I think there's more than just the beauty and shine to reflect upon here this morning. It is important that this is an accessible project. That is a key feature of this project. Accessibility allows all children to have the same opportunity to encounter and grow during active play, regardless of their age, gender, ability, or differences. As they play, children set aside their differences and focus on their similarities, a lesson that many adults could certainly use today. Accessibility is providing an opportunity to socialize and interact. It is the most important aspect of an all-inclusive playground. All-inclusive playgrounds also benefit kids without disabilities or differences. It promotes tolerance and teaches the importance of being aware of the needs of others around them. This is about focusing on our similarities instead of our differences. This project improves the quality of life of those in our community and offers a space where families can come together. So it's right here, it's highly visible, it's right in the middle of our community, and it's accessible. Thank you.
And now I'd like to ask Elfie Roman if she would like to say a few words.
Thank you, Ken. Well, it's hard to imagine as we're standing in front of this beautiful playground, this magnificent vision of our local Mentor officials, that only 50 years ago, kids with disabilities were excluded from public schools. Adults and children with disabilities were excluded from most of community life. In fact, if adults or children needed any kind of residential supports, they were warehoused in vast institutions that were secluded far, far away from their families and their local communities. Look how far we've come. And so many citizens of Lake County, back when those exclusions were in place, found those exclusions to be totally unacceptable. They began a very aggressive and effective campaign to start raising funds to establish local programs for school, for education, for training, and for vocational opportunities for both children and adults. And the very first programs, some of the first in the state of Ohio, were established right here in Mentor. So Mentor has been the heart of our program for the Lake County Board of Developmental Disabilities, and it's truly has also established, more than 50 years ago, Mentor's reputation as one of the most progressive communities that embraces inclusion and strives to enhance the quality of life for all of its residents, regardless of their age or ability. The very positive and collaborative relationship between the Lake County Board of DD and the City of Mentor has grown ever stronger over the past 50 years. We've seen many times over how Mentor city officials and departments seek to expand their knowledge of and familiarity with services and programs for people with disabilities, as well as actively participating in many community councils, alliances, strategic planning forums, and countless community initiatives and activities to expand and promote opportunities and inclusion for people of all ages and disabilities. We truly applaud Mentor city officials for yet another tangible commitment to assuring that all Mentor residents can live, work, and play together without barriers to accessibility and diversity. Thank you again for assuring it truly is better in Mentor.
All right. Well, thank you very much. So now we are going to cut our ribbon and then ask any of you and all of you who want to give this playground a try afterward to have at it. So if you want to join us here behind the ribbon, and we'll have our city council do the honors.